let's look at something. I'm gonna show you another little something that I like to do. And I've got my jug up there. But birds depend on sand and gravel for part of their digestive system. And what that does is that sand and gravel goes into an organ called the gizzard, which we have right here. The gizzard grinds up the grain or acorns and all these things that the turkey's eating, and it, you know, basically processes it for them to digest. And so what I like to do, and as you can see, if you put the camera right there, you can see this is a little collection of gizzard stones, and I just broke it out just to show you the purpose of what we're doing here. And I think it's a really cool collection, just something to add to your trophy room. But what I do is I take the same sharp knife now, and I'm gonna butterfly this gizzard right over top of this little Chinese soup canister that I keep just for this purpose. I actually keep a bunch of them for various reasons. But you can find some pretty little stones in this thing, and I call them like spring jewels or gizzard stones. You can hear them already starting to fall in there. But I'm gonna open this gizzard up and retrieve all these little gizzard stones. You can see them in there with that grass and different stuff that he's been eating. And I'm gonna basically just dump all them gizzard stones down in this jug. And I'll probably make a separate video to show you how to go about cleaning these up. Just that way we can kind of keep this one relative to cleaning this turkey up. But more on that later. But right there, quick little, there's your gizzard stones. Really cool little collection to hang on to though. So I think you guys would enjoy it, putting it with your beards and stuff, and get a nice little conversation piece. After you get in that jar, pretty much all you want to do is like take a little bit of water, and it's probably a bit too much. Usually I just do it right on the hose or the spigot itself. Let me slow that down some. But just get a little bit of water flowing, and I don't like to put it right up against it, but like more or less you're just gonna let that start kind of washing that gunk off. And I let it hit the wall of it and then kind of rush around. And as you'll see, the longer I do that, the more clear it's going to start running. I'll do that for a couple minutes. Now, a lot of times I'll go ahead and just drain the bulk of it without dropping my stone, because you spill those out. Give it a little shake, as you can see, kind of help to separate it and get that nasty floating up again, and then just start again. And I'll do, you know, 3 or 4 rounds like this, like mining for gold. That's all that, you know, the grain and the grass and stuff that they eat, it works its way into the gizzard, where those stones, as you can see right there, that muscle around it, you know, it's an involuntary muscle that just sits there and, you know, moves around and grinds that stuff, and it helps to break that stuff down, turns it into nutrients for the birds, and then also good sign for us. And as you can see, I'll just keep doing that, and I'll shake it until I see most of that, you know, I'll give it a good little shake, put a little bit more water in there if it, you know, shake it and look and see how gunky it looks. And then I'll go back to some water. A couple rounds like that. So yeah, I got the gizzard stones here, and they're pretty well cleaned up. But I figured I'd just go full circle and show you how I finish it out. I'm gonna take and get my, put a little bit of acetone down in there with it. Just enough to kind of give it a final little shake. And rinse. And then I'll kind of pour that last little bit out. All right, so after most of the acetone is out of there, just take your paper towel, a couple pieces of it, put it over the top and kind of make a seal. Quick flip, and tap it to get all your gizzard stones down on that paper towel. Just check, because sometimes they like to stick to the container. And you can just spread it out, let them dry out real quick. And that acetone is going to dry out a lot faster than if you were to just rinse it with water. And then in just a few minutes, all this will be nice and dry, and I'll just go ahead and put them in my little rock collection, and I'll show you how I do that. All right, as you can see, it's nice and dry, and I'm just going to take and kind of fold this up and get like a little bit of a channel going, and then reach back there and just kind of lift and like start letting them kind of do a little bit of a shake. You don't want them to go too fast, because you won't recover them. And after I dump them all in there, oh, I lost a couple. Some was stuck up there in the top that I didn't see, but for the most part, you can see there's my gizzard stones. So, all right, so there you have it, guys. I just put the stones in my little moonshine jar, and get you like a bourbon jar or a whiskey jar or something that you think is cool, just to collect them in. And as you can see, it's a nice little conversation piece to add to your beard or spur collection. So be sure and hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you on the next one.